going on, YouTube? Back in the garage again. In this video we're going to be going over the Suzuki Bandit and some of the problems I'm having right now. I was going to start doing the body work, but unable to start it right now. I'm not even sure if I even want to paint it at this point. I'll go over why in a moment. So yeah, I'm having a few problems. I need to situate them in this video. Hopefully I can situate them and it don't cost me anything. That'd be great. So yeah, let's check it out and see if we can't fix this. As you can see, I have majority of the bike together. The only thing I still have to put on is the front fairing for the front tire, which I still have to paint. That's why it's not on right now. But the reason I put it together all the way is so I can visually get an idea of what color I want to actually go with. And in turn, I think the bike looks pretty damn good the way it is right now. Granted, it has its imperfections, it has scratches and stuff like that. If you look, you can see it has scratches, really fine imperfections, but a lot of this stuff, if I wax it or buff it, it'll come out. The tank, seen better days, has some pretty deep scratches, imperfections here and there. There was once a big dent right here, which I actually pulled out using hot glue sticks and got majority of it out. As you can see, it's a little wrinkly looking, but if I put a tank pad right here, you won't even see it. So I'm not sure. My original plan was to actually paint the tank and rear tail section white, and the front fender I was going to go black or white, one of the two. But like I said, to me it looks pretty goddamn decent. I mean, you can't beat OE paint, really can't. So anyway, the problems I'm having, this is another reason why I wanted to put it all together to situate these problems, is turn the bike on. Alright, as you can see, the bike is in neutral right now and the turn signals are not even on, but yet that indicator is saying that the turn signals are on. Thing I did yesterday is I situated all the turn signals to make sure they were working. For some reason now they're not. Let me try starting a bike here. 1 second. It's still on. Another problem I'm having is the neutral light. It's in neutral right now, but if I put it in first, that's in first gear, it's still on. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. Hopefully it's just the switch itself just needs to be cleaned and I can put it back together, and now I'll situate that. When it comes down to the turn signal light, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do about that. I got to figure that out. So first thing I'm going to dive into is trying to figure out why that neutral light is still kicking on, even though I'm in gear. So hopefully that won't be too big of a deal to situate. Another thing I also did was I was trying to put the top part of the battery tray on, but yeah, the battery is way too big. It's about, I would say, 1 inch too tall for this bike. I don't even know, it's obviously not the correct battery, so I don't know what somebody was thinking. Another problem I ran into was when I was situating the lights. The brake light lever, hand lever, was working fine, but when I hit the foot peg one, it wasn't engaging. In turn, what I found was the foot brake switch was broken. So I had to order one of these. It just basically fell all apart. Not a big deal. Ordered a brand new one that's in the mail. Hopefully I'll have it by next weekend and I can put that in. It kind of sucks, but yeah, I want to situate now why the neutral light stays on. So I'll get that switch out and see if I can't make some magic happen. What I did was I took the original cluster, plugged it back in, and yes, the bike currently has 23,683 miles. And in turn, I plugged that in, and as you can see, turn signal light on the left side is still on. Hit the turn signal, it rapid fire blinks. Same with the turn signal itself. It blinks real fast. So there's something wrong with that side. This side works perfectly fine. Then, in neutral light right here, if I put it, it's in neutral now. Put it in second gear, first gear, it clicks off. So, now when it comes down to the neutral switch, I think the wiring for the COSO gauge, there's something wrong with it. It's not wired correctly. So I got to hunt through that. And then when it comes down to the turn signal, I think there's just something not right with the wiring for the left side. So I got to figure that out also. Alright, you guys, I'm back. I think I'm stumped. I did get the turn signal switch to correctly work. When I turn the turn signal on, it's flashing correctly. Turn signal light comes on. Push it in. Turn signal turns off. Light goes off. Now, neutral light just doesn't make any sense. Everything that I've read online and compared it to what I'm seeing doesn't make any sense. So basically, according to a diagram, a colored diagram, right here, neutral light, I guess that'll be positive, be orange and green. That's this wire right here. Okay. Then when you go to the COSO wiring diagram, which I found another one, the white wire that the orange and green wire is going to, that should be, let's see here, white wire, it should be blue and black. Okay, but when I found a blue and black wire right here, when I hooked that up to it, it's no go. It just doesn't work. And in turn, according to what I'm reading here, this orange and green wire should be a 12 volt switched. So if I jump that over to what seems to be another 12 volt switched right here, I just split it a little bit and connected it, it still doesn't work. And this is 12 volt, definitely 12 volts. So it doesn't go off like a ground, so I'm guessing this would be the ground. And another thing I found out is it's all heat shrinked right here, so it looks like somebody took the harness off the bike and cut it, and they soldered it all together. So the only thing that doesn't make sense is that they didn't have this one hooked up, which is your neutral signal wire, the blue wire, blue with a black stripe, which this one has a blue and black stripe, and none of these were hooked up, which I'm not concerned about those. Everything else seems to function, besides this neutral light. So I'm going to have to actually ask a friend who's really good at wiring and see if he can't figure it out. When it came down to the turn signal, here was a bad ground. I just had to fix the ground, and I got that to work. But this neutral switch is turning out to be a ball buster, so it might not even work with this gauge. I don't know. It doesn't seem right at all. So, like I said, this hooked up the way they had it, it keeps the light on. If I disconnect it, the light goes off because it's a 12 volt constant. So, and I can't find what would be the negative for that COSO side for the switch, for the neutral switch. Negative 12 volt white. That should be, according to this, it says neutral 12 volt white. And the green and orange and green should be to the red. And that red right here converts to the brown, or the gray. And according to that, that is the signal or power for, that's the power for the gas gauge and all that. So, man, I don't know. I'm stumped. I'm gonna have to sleep on this one. I'm gonna have to think about the neutral switch or neutral light itself, why that's not working correctly. According to the diagrams that I read in that book online, and just the COSO gauge directions, that the wire that should be running to that light is not hooked up correctly. It's sending it a 12 volt signal when I don't think it should be. That's why the light's staying on. But when I wired up to it, according to what I get off the diagrams and COSO webpage, it still doesn't work. It stays off, and I don't know why. So yeah, I'm gonna have to sleep on that. But I did get the turn signal light to work correctly. That's a plus for today. So yeah, unfortunately I think that's about as far as I'm gonna get today. I really wish I would have gotten farther. It just really stinks. I really wanted to figure this out, but it's just not, it's not operating like it should. I don't know why or what would cause it to act silly. I don't know. I'm gonna have to sleep on it. Another thing I do have coming in the mail, I have new reservoir caps for both of these, the clutch lever, brake lever, and I also have one for the rear brake lever also. They're supposed to be like titanium or something like that. Reason I've got them is because this one's cracked right here. It's not leaking or anything, it just looks like shit. So, yeah. Bike's coming along. It's almost going to be done soon, so I can move on to the next one. As it sits, I really like this color. It looks really good. It does have its little dings here and there and scratches, but I don't know. This is another thing I'm just going to have to really think about and see if I really want to repaint it, the tank and rear tail section. And just if I do that, I'm definitely going to change the whole color. So. Alright, you guys, that's gonna wrap up this video. I'm kind of aggravated with this neutral light. I'll figure it out. It's just I got sleep on it, and now that I looked at all the wiring, what's going on, I really just need to walk away and really try to figure it out. So sometimes you just have to walk away and just think about things. So I did talk to a friend of mine. Hopefully, maybe he can suggest something. Maybe he can come over and check it out. We'll see if it could be something. It's probably something real stupid. So usually that's how it works out. So yeah, I didn't start the body work to the tank and tail section. Again, I'm not 100% sure if I even want to paint them yet. The bike looks pretty decent the way it is. So let me know what you guys think. If I should paint them, leave them alone, or what. If you think I should paint them, tell me the color. What color you think I should go with. I'm leaning towards white if I do paint it. I think it will make the bike pop with all the black and just have a white offset. I think it will look really good. So yeah, if you find this video interesting and want to follow along with what's going on with this bike, please like and subscribe. I got another build right after this and other things coming to the channel. So stick around. Take it easy.